Have you ever wished your massive, powerful CNC machine could have, a more delicate sense of touch? Well, believe it or not, it can. Today we're diving into a piece of tech that's a total game changer, and it's the secret to making perfect parts every single time. Oh, we've all been there, right? You pull a part off the machine, it looks amazing, feels perfect. You've poured hours of your time into programming, setting it up, and letting it run. But then you take it over to inspection, and your heart sinks. It's out of spec, it's scrap. And that feeling, it's way more than just frustrating, it's incredibly expensive. I'm talking wasted material, wasted machine time, and wasted labor. It's this hidden cost that just eats away at your bottom line, one bad part at a time. But what if you could stop that from ever happening again? What if your machine could actually check its own work in real time before a mistake even has a chance to ruin the part? Well, it can. Let's get into the solution. The answer is actually right there, inside the machine itself. See, the solution isn't adding another inspection step way down the line. It's about making the machine smarter, giving it the ability to feel and measure while the part is still locked in place. So what are we talking about here? It's called an on-machine probe. And at its core, it's a super-sensitive, hyper-accurate sensor. Think of it as a special tool the machine uses not to cut, but to touch. It physically makes contact with the part to measure it and check its position all by itself. Probably the best way to picture it is with a couple of simple ideas. It's kind of like a blind man's cane, right? Gently tapping around to find the edges and build a perfect mental map of its surroundings. Or you could think of it as a smart finger, one that can feel a surface with a level of precision thousands of times better than our own. Okay, now I know this might sound complicated, but the process is actually surprisingly simple. There's no dark magic here. We can break down exactly how a probe works into 3 easy phases: setup, touch, and go. Let's walk through it.
Yep, that really all boils down to these 3 steps. First, you get the probe ready. That's the setup. Second, the machine uses that probe to actually check the parts. We'll call that the touch. And finally, the machine gets a clear yes or no answer. That's the result. Let's break them down one by one.
So, step 1, the setup. Look, before you can measure anything accurately, you've got to calibrate your tool, right? The machine uses a known reference point to learn the exact size of the probe's little tip and its precise location. It's just like zeroing out a pair of calipers. It sets the baseline for every single measurement that comes after.
All right, now for the fun part. Step 2, the touch. Once it's calibrated, the machine knows exactly where that probe tip is in space. So now it can move it around to gently, touch the part and start gathering that critical information. And here's that fundamental action. The machine brings the probe in for just a gentle little tap against a surface. The instant it makes contact, a signal is sent, and the machine records that exact coordinate, X, Y, or Z. Bam! It has a perfect reference point.
And its power goes way beyond just flat surfaces. Instead of you or an operator having to painstakingly indicate the center of a hole, the machine can do it automatically. It just touches a few points inside the bore, and its software instantly calculates the exact center and diameter, all in a matter of seconds.
And from there, it can check even trickier geometry, like finding the precise intersection of 2 surfaces in an inside corner. I mean, think about how difficult and time-consuming that would be to do by hand. For the probe, it's just another day at the office.
So after every single one of these touches, what happens? The machine's controller takes the measurement it just got and compares it to what the program says it should be, and it gets a really simple black and white answer. Is this right or is it wrong? It's an instant pass or fail. Let's really put this in perspective. The old way? You gotta stop the machine, unclamp the part, haul it over to an inspection table, measure it all by hand, and just cross your fingers you didn't make a mistake. The automated way? The probe does all of that inside the machine with perfect repeatability every time. It's a total game changer. Okay, so we've seen what it is and how it works. But now let's talk about the big payoff. Why does any of this really matter on the shop floor?
Well, hey, don't just take my word for it. Check out this quote from Nissan over in the UK. Easily the best bit of kit we've got on the camshaft line. Seriously, when a massive car company says something is the best piece of equipment they have, you know it's delivering some serious results.
And those results really break down into 3 huge benefits.
By catching errors before they even happen, you get less scrap, which directly saves you money. By automating all those checks, you save an incredible amount of time. And by knowing every single part is dead on, you get total, unshakable confidence in your entire process.
Here's one last way to think about it. Using an on-machine probe is basically like giving your machine the power to perform a doctor's checkup on every single part it makes. It's preventative care for your production line, making sure nothing bad ever leaves the building.
So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. What could you build? What could your business achieve if you had a machine that was smart enough to guarantee it never makes a costly mistake again? This is how you unlock things like true lights-out manufacturing, and from there, the possibilities are just incredible.